Okay, it says, lately I've been experiencing seeing people appear as a mirage. This comes and goes. So far, it hasn't occurred when I'm engaged in conversation. When I am observing, this seeing returns. It is seen even Ramana Maharshi is not real, only the wisdom. It is as if people are like phantoms. It is much like the world is coming undone, a little disorienting. I feel just as I always have, and yet writing this message feels like a farce. Is this just the mind playing games with me, or is reality shifting somehow? Well, there's a lot there, actually. Let's start with reality shifting. Big question is, what is reality? Is there an objective reality? And that's a huge question. Or is the reality from your point of view? So, did I say, is there a subjective reality? I said, is there
Objective.
I did say objective.
Yes.
Oh, good. That's what I meant. I like it when I say what I meant. So, the subjective reality is that which you experience and which is shifting all the time. Each moment is a new subjective reality. So, the fact that you are seeing people as a mirage, or that you are seeing Ramana Maharshi in the corner of the room waving at you, or whatever your experience of the moment can be said to be your reality of that moment. That's what's happening. Then we begin to posit. We suppose there is such a thing as an objective reality. And we begin to measure our subjective reality against that imagined objective reality. And one of the ways that we determine what objective reality is we ask a lot of other people what their reality is. And then we measure whether our reality coincides with this group's reality. And if it coincides, we say, okay, I have a correct reality. I am connected to reality. But that starts to get weird really fast when you get into it, because one of the things, if you ask people, are you the author of your actions? Almost everyone that you will ask this to will tell you, yes, I am separate, independent, and powerful. So if you begin to investigate and start to see more deeply into the question, you begin to realize that, wait a minute, it seems here that I am not this independent entity that I thought I was, and that everybody else seems to think they are. So your reality begins to diverge from the norm, from the reality of most people. And that can be incredibly challenging. because as we started out saying, the way we've traditionally measured whether we're like on the right track of things is we poll the group and see what the group thinks. And if we're really out of step with the group, it can be a real difficult situation. Not just socially, but just having a fundamental concern about, am I going crazy? You know, am I nuts? Everybody else seems to think this. The way I see it now is quite different from the way everybody else seems to be seeing it. Am I crazy? And when you talk to the group, often they will say yes. You're crazy because you aren't in step with the group. And we all have agreed that yes, we are separate, independent, powerful people. We can make it happen. That's how it is. And you're not in line with that. You're crazy. What can I tell you? And of course, that is the joy, the real physical joy of satsang. That you walk into a space where the reality is aligned with your reality. Others are looking at things similarly to the way that you're seeing them. And so you get some support. And that's something that the human organism often needs. I mean, we are social beings by nature. It's part of the genetic structure that we're social beings. Even if we're introverted, isolated beings, we're still social beings. You know, it's part of our nature. So, if you have this particular disease of investigation and insight, then you're quite fortunate if you can find a support group of others with the same disease. Because it's terminal. Well, it is. It is. I mean, now whether the organism dies before the false sense of authorship dies, who knows? You know, that depends on the particular case. But once you have contracted this disease and you begin to see it, there's no going back. There's moments of remission where you think, yes, I'm the author, yes, I've got control. But it's inexorable. You keep coming back to the fact that no, I don't have the power. It's not mine.